Hey guys, what's up? It's Radar here. This is another video from my Unranked to 10K series where I show off how impactful decision making is in Battlegrounds. If you want to check out more of that, it's on my Twitch, twitch.tv/radarssbm. In this video, I highlight how powerful Elise is as a hero, and more importantly, the concept of minion scaling in Battlegrounds, which everyone knows as you tier up, minions get better. But what they might not know is that certain tiers, the gap is bigger than others. So maybe jumping from tier 1 to tier 2, you're maybe 50% better, but jumping from like 2 to 4, you might be 5 or even 6 times better. So that's what makes Elise so good, and I think this video shows off a bit of that. So hope you learned something. If you like it, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. See you guys next time. All right. So why is Elise so good? Well, for starters, I first want to figure out this decision. So if we look at this minion is unbelievably bad. This minion is okay, but still pretty bad. This minion is very likely to not make us lose 2 fights, which is why the 2 damage is worth it. On top of that, with Elise, we don't need to sell the minion like we usually do, and that's one of the more painful things about the 2/4s. You don't really want to sell it because you took 2 damage to get it, but you don't always get offered stuff. And isn't it better to like get something worse, to get something better, even if you have to sell it? It's a painful choice, but you got to do it. In this case, this person picked the single worst minion in the game at 1, most likely. It's debatable. The Murloc is also really bad. Like that one is better if you don't grab Murlocs, and you don't really want to grab Murlocs, so it's kind of weird.
Nice workout.
So you could look at this turn and go, do you buy this and then next turn buy that? It's possible. What does this guy have? He tied with Shutterwalk, who also didn't buy anything, which means they both have Acolyte of Cthulhu, which means we're going to tie. So the logic for me, oh, this guy isn't leveling. That's weird. I'm going to level. The thing for me is basically, like, this could be kind of interesting. Also, I didn't even notice this is a demon as well. Maybe we do actually freeze. That actually makes me want to freeze more. We'll buy... we'll see what this is first. If it's also a demon, we're in a really good spot. This guy opted not to level. There's no reason to do that. Don't do that. Now they're behind. They might think they're ahead because they damaged us, which also, it does kind of screw over me, but it's not worth it. Like, they didn't gain that much. They were already going to tie anyway. Why shoot yourself in the foot? This person has quit. Why do people keep quitting? Wow, this is good. Weird first game, eh? So that's the thing. I think we actually learned that the previous game is, even if you're facing the dead guy, leveling often isn't worth it, just because, and I can explain why in the next round. Although, like, with Elise, leveling is very good. But like, the jump between tier 2 and tier 3 is not super big. It's not like crazy big. This is good. And because of that, it's not as good to level. Like, basically, here's how we would explain it. So if this turn we opted not to level, we would have just had a 2/4, and we would have won the fight. And then this turn we would have thrown away what was already a very good board state, right? We might even freeze to grab this, but I don't think we do. Because now we're very strong. But we would have just had a 2/4. And then the next turn, even if we got the single 2 best minions, which right now would have been 2 Divine Shield Dragons, which those are basically like tier 4 units, they're so good, we still wouldn't have been that strong, you know? Like, it wouldn't have been, we wouldn't have really caught up for the tempo we lost, because at this phase in the game, buying like 2 4/4s is still not as good. And then realistically, we're not going to run into the 2 dragons. A lot of the time, we're still going to run into a 2-drop anyway. So all we've really done is just not buy a 2-drop that would have benefited us. Hit here, please. I want to do 1 extra damage. Nice. Thank you. So that's why I go that route. I think it's often not worth it. There are some circumstances where it might be. You're mad, but why are you mad? Why med? So I get a guaranteed 3. Is there ever any situation where this is better or that's better? I don't think so. grab Bronze Warden. Like I said, this is the best 3-drop in the game. I'll break down why in a sec. Take this. I don't think it's worth it to pocket change, sell, and buy the 4/4. It will make us stronger, but it just seems like an inefficient way to spend gold. And next turn, we'll have 8 gold. We can level and buy, or we can buy this. I think we just level and buy, which makes me wonder if I shouldn't freeze anymore. Yeah, it's basically an 8/4 that scales super well. That's like a decent way to look at it. And it's even a little bit better than an 8/4 because it's a 2/1, so it's likely to kill something early on. And then, yeah, it's like an 8/4 in stats, which for a 3-drop, like let's look at the 3-drop. This is a 6/6. What are the other 3-drops? Got Hanger Dragon, which is a 4/4 that does scale well, but a 4/4 compared to like an 8/4. Deflectobot is kind of like a 5/3 is a way to look at it, but it also scales well. Piloted Shredder, you know, it's just such a good unit. Like I can't overstate how good it is. It is amazing. It is a very, very, very strong unit, but most 3-drops are not, right? Like most 3-drops, Imp Gang Boss, you know, 2/4 that makes 1/1s, it's okay. 5/4 that buffs your demons, like they're better than 3-drops, 2-drops, but they're just not like, oh my god, this is blowing my mind crazy. And I, you know, that kind of stuff matters. You can see this single minion helped us a lot, but I haven't spoken at all about how to play Elise, so that's something I should be doing right now. So basically the reason Elise is so good is because this concept of minion scaling that we've already talked about allows her to buy minions that, like, guaranteed buy a minion that's much better than the minions she already has. This is a little bit of a miss, eh? Like it's Menagerie Jug, but most of the time you get pretty good minions. Even these are like not bad. It turns of Murloc into something way better. It usually like Annoy Module on a minion, good, but it would actually been better to do this. I think it might have been a mistake to not just take the 4/4, because now we don't get nearly as much value. We could opt not to play it, but that seems insane. Like you gotta play it. Do we ever freeze for the 4/4? No, I don't think so. Unfortunately, we're just going to level next turn. But the reason why Elise is good, basically, is most of the time, 4-drops are much better than 3-drops, and even way better than 2-drops. And so because of that, because she is guaranteed to get them every time, she can spend whatever gold she gets, and then spend 2 gold to get a 4-drop, which is probably as good as like 2 3-drops a lot of the time. So for 2 gold, she gets 6 gold in value, and she gets to level, which makes her maybe a bit weaker than the other person, but that's only if they land on a bunch of 3-drops, which of course it's random. You can also get 1s and 2s. So she's just so consistent, and it's the same for 5s. Like 5s are way better than 3s, than 4s, but for a different reason, where 5s are like your build-around units, your direction, right? So at this phase in the game, an early Razor Gore is very, very strong. Mal'Ganis is also going to be the most immediate stats, and since this guy's been taking a lot of damage, it's a little scary, but my reasoning, maybe I'd even sell this just because this does slightly more damage. He's mechs though, so the 1/1 is probably pretty valuable. My reasoning is this: we already have 2 dragons. One of them is a good dragon. I like going dragons more than I like the other thing. I'm definitely rolling. Do I grab the Mithrax? Mithrax early is also really good. Mithrax isn't like win you the game good. We don't have a lot of tribes. How do we want to structure this? Probably want like a shield popper. Maybe a couple shield poppers and then something like this. Play around. Don't need to play around cleave. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, units that I hate, like, okay, there's 2 types of units that I hate. So there's the ones that I hate because they're bad, and there's the ones that I hate because of how they're designed. So in terms of minions I hate that are because they're bad, like Junkbot is unbelievably bad. It is so bad, like it like almost shouldn't be in the game. It's like a Savannah High Main, but for mechs. And Savannah High Main is a tier 1 unit. So I want to hit here, yeah. So we lost the fight, but we're in a bit of a better spot, and we only took a little bit of damage. Question now is, do we level to try to get a Caligos quickly? Because, okay, well, this is where you power level, right? So great deal, useless. Time Thief, they just did a bunch of mechs, right? So Brand's Blessing is good here. Sell this because we still value a pair a little bit. Not so bad. The fate of the world hangs in the balance. Now, if you wanted to get really crazy, you could sell, Brand's Blessing and buff stuff. We're not going to do that. That's just not economically efficient, even though we know we're guaranteed to win the fight. But yeah, as far as minions, I don't like. I don't like Junkbot. Like, there's two sides. I don't like Junkbot. I don't like playing against. What do I not like playing against? I mean, certain tech cards can be annoying. Like, it's more just like minions I think are bad. So some minions where it's just like, oh man, why am I running into this? Like all of these are pretty good. Like looking at them all, like Big Fernal, cool scaling, Ring Matron, a lot of stats, Siege Breaker, a lot of stats, Scalebane, pretty good minion. These guys pretty good. These guys can all be really good. Security Rover's not as good as it used to be. So it's really just Junkbot that sticks out as like terrible. I like the state of the game right now. There's some minions I think might be a little bit too strong. I also don't like the 3/6 mech. I think it's just kind of frustrating. They're moving Junkbot down a tier. I can see why. It could be moved down like. It would be overpowered at 2 tiers down, but it is not a tier 5 at all. It used to be really strong. That's why, like, at one point it was quite strong. Okay, grabbing this, grabbing that, grabbing this, I guess, right? Rolling. Oh my god.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
So, okay. So we know we're selling these. We know we're selling this. So of course, if we play it this turn, we're not going to get anything. So we can't play it this turn. Of course, we would get like the +1/+1. We're keeping that Brand's Blessing. How do we want to order this? Strength-wise, it looks something like that. Very likely to win. This guy actually had a battle cry on the field previously. Also, a lot of Murlocs have battle cries. If they have 4 Murlocs, they previously didn't have one. So hopefully we're going to get a battle cry. We need to make space next turn. No, we don't. We're just going to play 2 Murazons. We're not going to try to triple them, I don't think. I mean, we could. I don't know. Like you could try to triple it, and then you would get a golden minion from the thing, and that can be very powerful. What we would do is we're gonna buy it and roll and see if we get another golden minion. See, like if we got a triple, I would definitely make the cut, like make the sacrifice. You could also argue that this is worse, or even this, but this becomes way better when you get the Nadina. But yeah. Anyway, we're seeing the power of Elise though, right? Like she levels and doesn't lose a lot. And this is kind of how you have to do it, is you just play efficiently with your gold and like level and grab something and then just pick tempo picks up until a certain point. So like if you're really ahead, maybe you pick Brand on 5, but a lot of the time, you just grab that minion that gets you some extra stats. On 4, yeah, sure, you could get like a synergy or something, but why not just grab the Savannah Highmane or the other imp thing, Ring Matron, like that kind of shit. So what is this guy's board? 2 battle cries, that's really good, and the Bronze Warden. Wow. Anyway, never pick Shutterwalk. Shutterwalk's terrible. The way to play Shutterwalk is to not click it. It was okay when Pogo Hoppers used to exist. And Murlocs were a bit more playable for all heroes. So this is a minion I don't like. I just think it's like pretty weak in a lot of contexts. Okay. Tons of battle cries. Like if we sold this, I like this though, too much to get rid of it. Like these are literally all battle cries. I think I still just only want one taunt. We could get even more battle cries if we do it a certain way. Which I think just because of the scaling is probably worth it. So then what do we pick? No, it's probably not worth it. There's so many alternate lines of play here. But I think it's probably better to just keep buffing. Didn't get the golden. Oh well. I thought you were gonna get triple the guy who gives you taunt. Nah. Not worth it. I want to triple Kalagos or Razorgore. That's all I really care about tripling. And this guy is like so valuable for that reason. So now at this point, the game plan, you just buy Toxfin. Yeah, like I might have made a mistake. I need to check what I did. That sucks. Mostly the way things played out, I was just kind of having to rush, sort of thinking about, like there was a line of play where I could sell a dragon and then get way more battle cries, and then even like I could have space for the Vulgar Homunculus to then get the gold back. Like, this is bad. This is gonna kill this most likely. I think we still are okay. Yeah. Oh shit, that's bad. Okay, we lose. Not too much damage, but the nice thing is that this person's on 4, and so yeah, Tavern Goer is actually like broken. I think it's one of the minions that I really like playing, but it's kind of made the game really, really strong. Remember when I talked about tripling stuff? So we'll buy this just so we don't float the gold. Play this, which by the way buffs my entire board. And then, oh wait, it doesn't? What? It's a battle cry though. What? Okay. Whatever you say. Could buy the selfless. I'm just kidding. You definitely pick up the Nadina here, by the way. I know the Amalgadon is kind of appealing. But, I guess we don't need the 2-1 anymore. Battle cry, good. Only one battle cry. We want a board with lots of them. That's got lots. But we don't have space to play it. Maybe we look for triples then. Yeah, I used to play standard ranked. At one point I was top 200 in standard. I'm like definitely better at Hearthstone than I am at Melee, unfortunately. Although I don't think I'm bad at... Yeah, I was top 200 legend for a while. I've been with a couple different decks too. But lately I've been playing Battlegrounds. I hit 10K really recently. And I wanted to do like an unranked to GM style game. I've also got pretty high ranked in Wild, but I've never done past legend. So like I don't play Wild as much, but okay. Oh, I need to update the results thing, by the way. Okay, we want to get the Kalagos. That would probably be worth it. Bananas is also not bad. We get a full huge buff on one thing. It's probably a bit better actually. Just because it's a Divine Shield and there isn't that much we can do. Like double Kalagos is obviously cool. I haven't played much standard. I've been kind of flip-flopping on stuff. Okay, so there are battle cries here, but I think we're looking for triples now. Or we could just pop these out. Like, we're not really strong enough to get away with not scaling still, although this made us a lot stronger. I guess I just grab some stuff. Okay, actually, we can end on the Lystra and I'll feel good about it. So which do we take? Because we have Nadina, we definitely take that. We'd never grab Bran here. So we'll try to triple this.
I will never be forgotten.
I don't think so. It's a lot for 3 rolls. Basically, like, because they're dragons, it's possible they have a Nadina, and then because of that, we want it. Did we lose? Did we lose? I'm so confused. There's no way we lost, right? All these divine shields? Do we just pick off all the divine shields and some? I hate the fucking achievements in this game, man. Why does it? It's got to be that I didn't see the achievement itself, but they tell you it because like the way the server works, it immediately knows what happens. But yeah, achievements suck for that reason. Like, I don't want to know. Oh, really? You can't? Hit there, please. Oh, whatever. No, we're not losing this, right? There's no way we lost this. So it must be just we did like terrible damage or some shit. Yeah, it's got to be a damage achievement. 99%. What? Did everyone else die? Is that what actually happened? Like someone left or something? No. Okay, I have no idea what that achievement was then. Sorry, this is not a tutorial on how to get achievements in the game. Mechs. Like, Elistra is almost bad against them, isn't it? I don't really know what the comp is, though. I'll take another Elistra, just to be kind of careful. It's too late for that. Taking this just because I don't really know what I want. I mean, it's possible we play around Cleaves, then we want to do that. I just wanted this kind of earlier. There's the one hard thing about dragons, is it's like Nadina is usually the slot that you're using to scale. What's our weakest minion? This gets 1, 2, sometimes, well, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 divine shields, so plus 14 plus 14, so it's a 30. What is that? 29, 33, 33 versus this, which does 42 damage. So this is like kind of better. If we tripled it, it would be better. Oh yeah, the fact that you have to click achievements is so bad too. I completely agree. We might find that we ditch the Elistra, though. The problem is that because we're still at a low rank and we're climbing all the way top, yeah, so Bob's favorite customer makes it look like we won. Like, what the hell is this comp? How did he get this far? This is so bad. Interestingly... So, if the single best tech card we could do is what's his name? Zap, right? Pop some shields. Even the ordering, like it having the microbots is bad. It makes it so that this is worse and it makes the divine shields worse. A lot of really big mistakes. That kills it. Anyway, we clearly win this. Probably even gonna kill the Baron too. Yeah. So now we just gotta kill that. Yeah. It's an lucky fight, but also bad composition. The fact that this is first place is insane to me. But anyway. I should update the results to be 4, 1.